Hello, everyone. We are really excited for today's webinar. We are going to be getting started here officially in just a couple of moments. Our presenter was just slightly delayed, but we're really excited to talk today about Eastern University's micro-internship program and how you can take advantage of it. It's a great recruiting tool. It's going to help you access students. So we are just really excited. So as we wait for our official presenter, I will go ahead and let Sarah give us an intro.
All right. Good morning, everybody, or good, I guess, afternoon, or whatever time it might be where you are. We're very glad that you're joining us today. If you've had any connection to Eastern over the past a little bit, then you may have noticed that our Center for Career Development is extremely enthusiastic about all the ways we can support our students, particularly as our student body is growing and changing. One of the most exciting things that's happened for us in the last 5 years has been a really extraordinary growth, particularly among our trad undergrads and also significantly with our adult learners. So we are in a constant space of seeking opportunities of how can we get all of our incredible students, whether they live on campus or whether they are all over the world, learning with us online. How can we support them towards getting the things that they need in terms of preparation and connection to industry and their discipline? And Parker Dewey has been one of those companies that I feel like it's been sort of like our Everest for a while. It's a company that we've been dying to work with. And this year, the possibility came true where we were able to become official partners with them. And the fascinating and fantastic thing about what Parker Dewey is able to do is to create micro internships, which are individual project-based paid opportunities that our students can take advantage of. So for our students who are 19 years old, who are living on campus, who maybe don't have a car or don't have a license, they can take advantage, all the way to the students who are decades into their career, who are improving their knowledge and understanding and going after a graduate degree or finishing a bachelor's. They are also able to go after those same kinds of opportunities. So what we're finding is the fact that a project can be so much more accessible, and the fact that the majority of these are remote opportunities as well. It's really a win-win for us. If you know anything about Eastern, I am a little biased on this, but our students have done incredible work and have gone on to do amazing things, starting their own companies, working for industry all over our tri-state area as well as the world. And I'm hoping that some of you are joining us today who might also be alums as well as friends of the university. Our goal is to make sure that you understand how this can benefit you, how this program is going to give you access to bringing more Eastern students into your midst, and hopefully just broadening opportunity for all of our students in ways that fit their lives and also in ways that are going to help you as employers and as organizations to get some amazing talent in sort of bite-sized pieces. And I'm going to let Annie take it away so that she can tell you all the good nitty gritty. But I just want to say thank you for joining us today as we get to share this experience and hopefully get to partner with more of you.
Thank you, Sarah and Danielle and Mackenzie. I apologize for my tardiness. Zoom and I were not cooperating this morning, but we're best friends again. I'll go ahead and share my screen so that you all can see my slides and everything. I'm excited to get to share the program with you, a little bit about Parker Dewey, dive into some details, and then ultimately how you can get started on working with Eastern students. So again, we're gonna go ahead and review what even is a micro-internship. We're aware it's a newer term, and really review the program, what you can get out of it, and of course, answer any questions that you all have. So Parker Dewey helps to have you as an organization be able to engage these wonderful students, assess their talent, see if you would like to bring them onto your team full time, or if you need that short-term help, whatever it is that might help you. And we do that by connecting you with the students. We have been doing this since about 2015, so we're going on 10 years. We are very proud of the platform and the success that we've been able to create for not only these students getting to have these robust opportunities, but for you all being able to find this talent, get this work done, and continue to support your organizations. These students are diverse. Some of them are recent graduates, as we kind of mentioned. Some of them are current Eastern students, and they're all thrilled to get to start working with you. So for any of you who are here that are really looking to recruit this early career talent for your organization for these longer term roles, making sure that you are engaging them in a way that speaks to the students, right? They really want to be able to demonstrate their skills with you. Most traditional hiring methodologies don't allow students to do that, right? A traditional interview, you can get to talk to somebody, but you don't really get to see what the student's capable of. And with micro-internships, you can. We're really excited to help support you in that process. Not only are the students then excited to get to know what's expected of them a little bit at your organization, really get to showcase their skills and show off their talents, but also contribute to your organization at the same time, while you also save time and costs by getting to audition the students in this way. So what are micro-internships? These are short-term paid professional projects that the students can do on demand whenever you need it. Right now, this program is launching, so you can post a project today and start working with an Eastern student as soon as your ideal candidate comes into your inbox. But we'll post these with these specific deliverables, right? So a traditional internship might have responsibilities and overall role, but here we really want to make sure what is expected of this student in this time period. Typically, micro-internships are between 10 and 40 hours. These Eastern funded opportunities are all going to be 10-hour projects. So starting to think about what can a student accomplish within 10 hours that will create impact, let me assess their skills, and really provide them with a great opportunity. And that's what we're here to help with as well. So if you say, well, I need all of these things, or typically I would have a part-time person or an intern do these things, I'm not sure how to turn that into a micro-internship. Please, please reach out to our team. We're here to support you in that. Again, these projects can start now and continue on while funding is available. Again, you're not having to wait for the school year or certain dates to start and end. And again, the cost is covered by the program. Typically, micro-internships cost an organization between $200 and $600, and the entire cost of these projects, including the payment to the student, as well as the administrative fees, are going to be covered by this program. And again, these are just professional opportunities that you would typically give to a traditional intern or a new hire, somebody that is recently graduated and joining the team, that they can do with little to no onboarding. And again, pretty simple with how we like to keep the process. So once you select that student, post your project, and you think about, what do I do? What's next? It's on this platform, right? We send you, or again, whoever is going to be supervising the student, their information and how to go ahead and get started. We send you some best practices and tools. And so just having that kickoff call with the student, right? So you saw their application. I'm going to show you guys a little bit more of that later too. You had to see their application, and then you can go ahead and have that kickoff call, really only taking a few minutes of your time to get the student set up for success, right? Maybe give them the data you want them to cleanse, or an idea of the kinds of social media posts you'd like them to do. Let them ask you any questions, and then they can move forth. And again, talk about those internal deadlines. I've had a social media project where a student turned it around in a weekend, and the company said, oh, I know it was only a 15-hour project, but we're a farm and we wanted you to document the entire month of our growing season. And she said, oh, okay. They hadn't covered that in their kickoff call. So that's where that 10 minutes can really make a difference in setting expectations and setting everybody up for success for what you need and to help get the student the tools that they need. We're here to help you as well. So again, if you have questions along the way of how do I do this? Or what are we thinking about my project? Or, oh, I can't decide between these two students. What should I do? We're here to provide you with that support. And then again, whenever the student is done and you're satisfied with the deliverables that they have put forth for you, you mark the project complete on the platform, and we know to pay the student. So we take care of all of that paperwork for you. So again, 3 easy steps. You post the project, think about what you want done, look at the candidates, and then the work gets done. I'd love to show you all some project templates and walk through the platform with you. Does anybody have questions before I do that? I know I kind of did that broad overview. Okay, I'm not seeing any hands. Excellent. Okay. If my internet would cooperate. There we go. Okay, so again, this will definitely be sent out to everybody, but this is the program page that highlights a bit more about the requirements for the program and what's available to you. Again, these projects are 10 hours of work by the student. Again, as we talked about before, Sarah was mentioning, transportation can be a challenge for many college students. So making sure that these are remote projects that the student can do from anywhere. And then again, these are current students. Again, even some recent graduates may be coming through, and the timeline is flexible at this time until funding's exhausted. So that's why we recommend posting your project now. Sometimes people say, can I work with more than one student? So remember how I shared somebody was having trouble deciding between two. You can work with 2 students. Again, as we continue to see demand and everything like that, that's something we can accommodate. I'll go ahead and scroll down here on the page where we have some sample project templates. These templates are here to support you in thinking about what can these students do? Again, what can be done in 10 hours? What's a popular item that needs to get done? Or you know what? I don't need social media. I don't need anything with data. I don't need anything with grant writing. Create your own project, right? So that's where we have custom projects where you can click on this. We're skipping a step here because you've already created your Parker Dewey profile. Okay, so imagine we've created our profile, which again takes maximum 4 minutes, and that's as long as the servers are all cooperating. That's probably the longest time. If it's taking longer than that, please reach out to me. Again, go ahead and put your custom project title. Maybe you need a student to review your business plan. Because you're a startup and you would like them to look at that and really tell you their opinion on that. You can go ahead and write the specific details that you want them to do, specific pain points that you have, and how you would like everything in the end. Would you like a 1-page document summarizing their thoughts about something? Would you like them to prepare a presentation? What is that final deliverable that you're expecting the student to complete within that 10 hours? Again, you can customize the start date. This is when the project is set to start. You can have somebody start sooner rather than later. We recommend about a week or 2 to collect applications. And then again, these are 10-hour projects that a student can very well complete in a couple of days, but if you would like to give them longer, again, that's flexible and it can always be adjusted based on you. The student's schedule, maybe they're super involved at homecoming and they're going to be busy in October. I think homecoming is usually in October. Sarah can correct me on those dates if need be. And you can go ahead and adjust from there. So that's where we like to say too, there's the flexibility for you to do what is needed on your end, as well as what will help the student get the job done. Again, these templates are already pre-built for you to have the 10 hours built in. So again, these students are going to be doing 10-hour projects. They will be paid $200 upon completion of the project. And again, the total cost of the micro-intern is here. And again, all of this is being funded by the program. You will not be invoiced for this. You're not being charged to use our platform. It's all going to be through there. And then from there, it's limited to Eastern University students. So that way only Eastern students are going to be able to see the project and apply. This is one aspect that we love to see too, is you can customize your application questions. So sometimes you want to know, again, about a specific skill set, right? So if you want a student to be working on your website, asking them, hey, what kind of web experience do you have? What kind of coding experience do you have? Have you worked on WordPress before? Things like that to really ascertain, is the student a good fit for specific skills that are needed, as well as any broad-based questions. I saw one this morning on a project that said, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Sometimes it's fun to ask those things of students. So go ahead and put some questions that are applicable to you and your organization, even perhaps aligned with your mission or your vision or anything else that you have upcoming that you'd like to know about a student. Put it here. I recommend sticking around 5 or 6 questions because, again, this is a 10-hour project, and it's a great way to get that snapshot of what the student is capable of and interested in. You can save the project as a draft, review with your team if need be, or bounce ideas off of one another, or you can click post now. It'll then go to our team to review and ensure that it's aligned with all of these things, that it's doable for 10 hours. So again, if you're not quite sure, we'll go ahead and let you know. Any questions now that I've kind of walked through this a bit?
A few things to keep in mind as Eastern has been growing in a variety of different areas. We've seen some really huge growth in our data science and data analytics programs here, both at the grad level and the trad level. We've also seen a lot, our communications area has been significantly growing. Our MBA, as well as our traditional business areas, have been growing. Obviously, all of our programs are available to review on the Eastern website. But if that's something you've got questions about, we're happy to give you some advice on what types of students that we have here if you're concerned about a match between what your project is and what students we have.
Definitely. And the beauty of this program is that the Eastern team is going to see the projects when they're posted too, and they can start sharing them out with students too. Again, this is just a snapshot of the templates and all of the elements that will be there. And this is a bit more of what you'll see once your candidates have applied. The beauty of our platform is there are only students that are applying and candidates that are seeing your project that are eligible for the program. Of course, they're Eastern students, but they're proactively interested in what you have to offer and the work at hand. So we would say interested and qualified, right? So these students are eager to apply. You're able to get a snapshot of their application right from that viewing screen of seeing all candidates. You'll see their major, their graduation date, and when they've applied. One thing we love is that we don't limit by graduation year or anything like that. So you're going to be able to see a broad view of class years and skill sets, all that jazz. Students are able to update their profiles to include their resume, maybe a LinkedIn link, any portfolio documents, GitHubs, all that jazz. They're able to add to their profile. So I'll sometimes have a client that says, oh, can the student send me their resume? And I let them know, well, it should be on their profile. So again, being able to look at the student's profile and see all of this information there. You can also see the responses to those questions that you had on the application. So you're able to review, and compare and contrast what are the different students answering and who could be the right fit from there. From the application alone, you can make your selection. So going ahead and approving the applicant for the project, or if you had some follow-up questions, you could message them and say, hey, Tatiana, I had a question for you about this in your application. Would you mind sharing more? Or can you hop on a quick Zoom call? Would love to expand on this. So that's where you can message them as well, or again, make that final choice from there. So again, what's expected of you, right? Having that kickoff conversation with the student once they're selected. Again, we recommend a real-time call or Zoom call to be able to review everything. Students can then use any available resources. So again, if you're needing them to look up some public data and information, or again, reviewing like your social media, whatever resources they need to look at, they'll be able to view. They can, of course, chat with mentors to get the project done. If you have questions along the way, or if the student has questions along the way, they know how to find us. And you can reach out to our support team, our client success team, to answer any questions that you have. As I mentioned earlier, We handle all the administrative tasks like payroll, any HR documents, taxes for the students if that's needed. They are 1099 independent contractors for all of my HR peeps out there. So again, we really try to make this low lift for you all as the company hosting the student. And then when the student is done with the project, they've completed the deliverables you need. We love when you mark the project complete. Not only does that tell us, okay, yeah, they're done and they can get paid, but you also have the opportunity to provide the student with feedback, right? This is crucial to their professional development. It allows them to go ahead and see what it is that they've been able to contribute from your eyes, any areas of improvement, and of course contributes to the success of the and longevity of the program, right? So that the program can see the results. We're able to share that with Eastern and say, hey, this is how well your students are doing. Here's everything that the employers have said about them.
It looks like there's a few questions going on in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Goodness, this is what I get for having two screens up.
The one question I can definitely answer, does this apply for both undergrad and grad students? The answer is yes. We are thrilled that this program is actually meeting many types of Eastern students all in one place, because we know that a project-based opportunity can have a lot of benefit for, our typical 18 to 22 grads that are often found in the trad area. But we also know that our adult students, especially if you're in undergrad or the graduate program as an adult learner, it's really difficult because you can't just roll into a 30-hour-a-week internship somewhere in most cases. So this is an amazing bridge to help those folks. So yes, undergrad and grad.
Definitely. I see a question about training. So again, these are short-term opportunities and any training would need to be within that 10 hours. So if there's something that would take more than I would say 30 or 45 minutes to train a student and onboard them on, it might not be the right fit for this program. So kind of using that as a rule of thumb, you wouldn't want to spend 5 hours for them to just only get 5 hours of actually getting to contribute to the project. Yep, you'll be able to set up your employer profile and post the projects. So again, when we send our follow-up, you'll have instructions to be able to create your employer account and then use the templates from this program page we reviewed to go ahead and create the project posting. If students complete more than their 1 hour, 10-hour project, they can do another one. This program doesn't have any restrictions at this time of limiting students, right? Question mark. I think that we said that, Sarah.
Yeah,
I should remember that.
Yeah, I think we decided that because I think it as you probably know, this is our first year having the opportunity to partner with Parker Dewey. And this, by the way, is an addition to our obviously we can handshake continues to function. We continue to have many opportunities for traditional internships and other forms of experiential learning. This is just an addition and something that we feel really committed to because we love the fact that because this is a partnership with Parker Dewey, it allows for the internship opportunity or the micro-internships to be paid. And we recognize that financial concerns are top of mind for our student body, regardless of what year they're in or what age they might be. So that's why this program came on deck. It's also because of the fact that it's project-based, which is, I think, a very accessible means of experiential learning for more types of our students. And as Eastern is hitting the 10,000 student mark this semester, we are really in a new phase of our ways of supporting students with career development. So this is just one of the ways in which we decided to pursue. So we're very grateful that Eastern as a whole made the decision to give us the funding so that we could partner with Parker Dewey.
Definitely. And again, you can work with multiple students. The students can work multiple projects. Again, right now in this program, we're requiring virtual opportunities. If you wanted to host other projects on the platform that your organization is funding, those can be on site. Because again, the restrictions of the students, we want to make sure that all of these projects are accessible to them. And to Eric's question about reaching out to multiple students, you won't be able to reach out to students. That's where I said you're going to get interested in qualified candidates. The only students you'll see are the ones that are applying actively for your project. Now, if you happen to know a lot of Eastern students, or you've got relatives or friends or your neighbors kid goes to Eastern, you can share the link out to them and say, hey, apply to these projects. You're more than welcome to do that. But again, you won't be seeing an entire roster of Eastern students to reach out to. They'll be coming to you. And what I like to say is you're getting top billing, right? So with this program, the students are logging in and they're seeing your projects right up front as a featured project. So they're going to see that very quickly for them. As far as agreements for working with the students long term, we do not have any restrictions on that. We have no, I'm forgetting what the temp to perm fees, we have nothing like that. We love when you hire these students long term. Go for it. This is part of what we're here for, is auditioning talent, finding somebody that can help you with your recruiting needs, and you can bring them on after the project is done. So you say, okay, wow, Judy did a great job on this project. I'd love to work with her more. Great, do it. That's awesome. Please tell us. We love to hear it. That's our requirement there. Tell us about it, because we love to hear when it's been a great match. Again, we'll send everybody information out. Sarah, I don't know if you want to talk more about the funding source at all.
I mean, and I think what's important to keep in mind is that there are companies that will post opportunities with Parker Dewey that they pay for themselves. That's a very normal thing, and quite a few of our students have taken advantage of that opportunity. What this partnership is allowing for is a set number of opportunities that, because we have this partnership, we can extend an opportunity to you as the employer without an additional cost to you. There's going to be a point when the funding will obviously be spent, but if you decide, hey, this really worked well for us, you can continue to do that on your own if your company decides that this is a good use of your funds and a good way to, as Annie said, audition your talent. So we have a set number of micro internships that we can plug in based on our connections with employers. So, that was why we made this offer to you today, to have this conversation, so that you could be among the first companies and organizations who might have the chance to get a paid, micro internship underneath of, your docket.
And if you'd like to do both, if you say, well, okay, I'll use one of these funded ones, and how do I move forward with using my own budget to do this? That's something we can, of course, connect you with. But while this funding's available, we want you to be able to take advantage and really get a firsthand view of the platform and working with these great Eastern students.
We have
Oh, sorry.
Oh, good. No, I was just going to say the timeline at this stage, the timeline is as long as the funding is available, we'll be able to work with organizations to provide them with those slots. Once the slots are used up and once the money, the funding is spent, at that stage, we would encourage companies or organizations who are interested in doing a project to think about, what options they have. If you want to post it on your own, you can also still make it something that is, something shown to Eastern students. But basically the timeline is, as far as this year is concerned, it's more about when the funds are allocated and spent according to projects.
Exactly. So again, it's as easy as creating your company account, post the project, share it with your team, by the way. So if you've got colleagues who you think also have opportunities that they're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be spending time on this, but it'd be great if I had an intern. Here you are, answer to those questions, these Eastern University students. Or again, if you are looking to hire students for part-time, full-time, longer-term things, a summer internship program, whatever you have it, necessary in your organization, this is a great audition tool for you to utilize to see what the students are capable of, and then at no cost offer them additional opportunities. Any other questions? Oh, yeah.
There was one, Martine had asked about, can the project be hybrid or remote and on site? For this particular opportunity, which is Eastern paying to make sure that these micro internships can be distributed, they need to be remote. But if your organization is interested in doing a hybrid opportunity, that would be something that your organization could self-fund, work with Parker Dewey and post, and then you could have it be something that was hybrid. But just in order to be as equitable as possible to all of our different types of students, anything that is that's through this opportunity for a ostensibly gratis micro internship for your organization, it does need to be remote for that reason.
Definitely. And I see a question about using different software platforms. Whatever platform you need the student to be working in, you can give them that access. For example, a lot of companies want students to go through their different lists in like HubSpot or whatever CRM you might have. You're welcome to give the student, that limited access to the view that they might need to be able to get the work done, or you can download any information and provide it to them in, Excel sheets or things like that. Hope that helps answer that question, but let me know if I didn't clarify there. And then do students earn a wage? Yes, they're getting paid for these projects. So at the end of the project, you go ahead and you tell us that they're done in the system, and then we pay the student $200 from these program funds. So they're getting paid $200 for this 10-hour project. If you'd like to provide them with additional compensation, let me know. We're happy to do that as well. Sometimes we'll have somebody say, oh, well, I'd love to give that person a bonus. They did such a great job. And we say, okay, that's fine. We can process that for you. So again, if you would like to do that, we can always work that out with you all on an individual basis. Any final questions? Again, if you need me to walk through the platform again, if anybody's already been on the back end creating your accounts, go for it. We love to see it.
And we will be sending out the information after the session to folks who registered, so that way you have more information about how to get started and just how to get into the system if you've not been in there before. But we're really, really grateful that you took the time today to listen to our pitch, and hopefully this will be a great way for you to make some exciting connections with our phenomenal students. It's a really exciting time to be in higher education, and this is, I think, a really innovative way for your organizations to benefit from new talent, and for us as a career center to really have options for lots of different kinds of students. Kyle, that was really kind. Thank you for your incredibly sweet comment.
Excellent. And I see a question about project scoping. The 10 to 40 hours is generally micro-internships on our platform. This program in particular is 10-hour projects, okay? And that's where we've got the templates all set up here for that. And again, letting them know that the student is able to complete these projects within this scope, use the template. It's already all set up for you, so you don't have to worry about adjusting any of that. So 10 hours for this program, $200. And again, if you say, well, I have 50 hours worth of work to do, go ahead, reach out to our support team. We'll go ahead and talk with you about what makes sense for you, for what work that you need done, how to fit that into the program. We see it all the time of like being able to chunk things down so that it is fittable into the 10 hours and appropriate for the student to do, all of that wonderful stuff. And yes, the slides are coming out to everybody. Recording should be coming out to everybody. I think we're recording, question mark. That's what I get for getting in late. Yes, thank you, Sarah. And making sure that you all have the tools that you need to be successful. And again, don't be strangers if you have any questions. Our support line is super easy as pie, support@Parker Dewey. With any questions, happy to answer them. And even if it's just like, how do I do all of this again? We'll just send you all the information again if you need, or again, have any specific questions about, oh, this is the kind of work I'd like a student to do. Is this going to be doable in the 10 hours or appropriate for the student to do? Sometimes they say, oh, they cannot build an entire website in 10 hours. Let's think about what else could be done. Maybe some wire mapping or, some research. So again, happy to help you all there. And thank you for your interest in the program.
We're really excited about this. So again, thank you for your time. We appreciate your consideration, and we look forward to seeing what might grow from the seeds that we planted today.